Great playing, guys.
Thank you.
It's the Jet Age live in studio here, KEXP. You heard You Were Electrified, and I'm starting to wonder, track 1 and 2 from the brand new record,
Yes.
The Jet Age, In Love. Actually, not In Love, In Love.
Air quotes for those at home.
Yes, air quotes. And last time you were here, you guys played songs off the last album, What Did You Do During the War, Daddy?
Right.
This one, The Jet Age, In Love. What's up with the quotes?
That's a good question. It's a couple things. I had 3 reasons for quotes, and I can't remember the third, but the other 2 were it's kind of, again, this is another record that tells a story, so it's kind of the Jet Age, starring in love. It's like love, but in love also, the quotes around love, the whole record kind of questions, doesn't just question, but questions that what is love, how long does love last, what does love entail, how does love work? And it's not just love between a man and a woman, but a father and his kids.
Lots of different kinds of
yeah,
love.
so trying to get a lot of different ideas, and the quote at least hopefully gets people thinking.
So that's great.
What does it mean?
So you got answers to all those questions.
Yes, I'm a wise man. You got to come to the sunset tonight to get the answers.
The age-old questions.
Yeah.
Well, I know the last record, and those listeners familiar with you guys probably know that the last album was a concept record. And what I had read, which I thought was interesting, was that it became a concept record because you were sort of struggling with a bunch of different songs that sounded different and trying to figure out how to weave them all together. And so sort of took a riff off of Pete Townshend's thinking.
Yeah.
Right? But when does a concept record not have to be a concept? So for the writer, it totally can be, right? But you don't necessarily need to reveal that.
That was like such a Zen-like question. When is it a concept record, and when isn't it a concept record? Is that what we're
Yeah, because I can see how thinking about it might help you write a record, right?
Yeah, and I think the first record I ever wrote, which was with my old band Greg the Hurricane Lance, was the same thing, where I'd written a bunch of songs. I was like, if I put these in order, it tells a story.
Nice.
But I think in this case, this was actually, I don't know. I'm hoping the next one won't be a concept record, and then maybe I can answer the question better, because I kind of don't know. It's like I chipped a switch with the last one, and I can't turn. I'm 2 for 2 now. So.
But one thing, the reason I ask is sometimes concept records seem to get stuck in the idea that they're a concept record, right? Like the Who Sell Out, you got the little bits and pieces in there, and this doesn't. So you wouldn't necessarily even know. So it could be a tool for writing, but not necessarily something that you've got to anchor yourself down by.
Gotcha. Yeah, and ideally, I mean, as I said with the last record, I don't want people to feel like if they put it on shuffle, they're hosed. Every song in my mind needs to stand on its own.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm working real, and hopefully I've learned from some of the songs in Tommy or something where it's like, the doctor I found to cure the boy.
Exactly.
Doctor, do I really want that on my iPod if I'm hitting shuffle? Maybe not. So I'm trying to, and God knows I would never denigrate the Who ever, but.
Absolutely, the Who are awesome.
The Who are the greatest band ever, and I will say that on the radio. Greatest band ever.
That's cool. I'd be close with you there. From that era, right? I think there were basically 3 distinct kind of people. There were the Beatles people, the Rolling Stones people, and then the Who / Kinks people. Kind of put the Kinks in there with them.
I'm going to have to argue, because the Kinks did not have Keith Moon and John Entwistle. Come on.
That's true.
Come on.
That's true. But they had sort of the quirky, kind of more, in a way, more thinking kind of person's perspective on the songs, right?
Right. And in Townsend would say I can't explain, is ripping off the Kinks anyhow. So I will.
Really?
Yeah. He constantly says that. So.
Wow.
I will let you lump the Kinks with the Who. I like the Kinks too, but man, the Who.
Yeah. Well, the Who. Awesome. I saw Keith Moon once.
Oh, did you?
Drumming. It was during the Who's Next tour, and
oh my God.
On a big giant stage, right? And he threw his drumstick like he did with many a drumstick, and it flew like an arrow across the stage and stuck in the monitor. And I was like a preteen, right? And I was like, that is the coolest thing I have ever seen.
Pete, you heard that?
The coolest thing, and it was just sticking in the speaker monitor.
I want to hear Kevin over the sound room there.
Oh, I meant tonight. If people buy tickets tonight, then maybe Pete will throw a stick at a monitor, and maybe he'll hit you by accident.
Oh, the expectations, my God.
And then you will know all about love.
Way to bring it home.
That's right. So, Greg, I understand your day job. You work at Big Planet Comics.
Yeah, I'm
in DC.
I'm one of the owners of the Big Planet shops in DC. Yeah.
Cool. So, kind of keeping in with sort of the Beatles, Stones, Who thing. Superman, Batman, or Spider-Man? Which one wins?
I gotta say Spider-Man. That's my childhood. The Steve Ditko sort of Ayn Rand tinged, alienated Spider-Man from the early '60s. That's the bomb.
Mm-hmm. Kind of the underdog.
Oh, completely. Yeah, no, what a terrible life that kid has.
Yeah, kind of like the Who and the Kinks.
Didn't Spider-Man really get more play than Superman or Batman? Ultimately?
Let's not geek out
Okay,
completely on this. Sorry, man.
Okay, it's the Jet Age live in studio here. Now they're playing tonight at the Sunset with the Tea Cozies and Breaker Breaker. Obviously, you can't let your, your true intentions be known there. Have to keep it even.
Exactly.